My dear child, my beloved, before I utter another sound, I urge you to draw a deep breath. What I'm about to unveil has already been inscribed in the celestial archives, and the heavens do not transmit such a message unless something profound, something transformative, something rich with divine blessings is poised directly at your threshold. My beloved, give me your full attention. Archangel Michael states that a substantial sum of money has been allocated to you. Should you fail to engage with this message today, you will not acquire it. Yet, the miracle runs deeper than you might perceive. And if your heart falters for even an instant, you risk missing the truth that heaven has been endeavoring to convey to you for several months. My child, prior to proceeding, I must lovingly inform you of this: your presence here is not accidental. You are present because your spirit summoned this communication. Your fate guided you here, and the funds that have been withheld, deferred, or contended against you are now finally surging into your life with an unstoppable momentum. If this message resonates with your spirit, I urge you to like this video right now. Liking this video isn't just a gesture. It activates the flow of God's favor directly into your life, preparing you to receive all that heaven has ordained. My beloved, I require you to remain with me. Do not look away, for the subsequent lines contain a secret that has been obstructed 3 times before reaching you. The angels contended fiercely to deliver this into your possession. Something attempted to impede it, but heaven prevailed. My child, before I disclose this miracle, I need to gently inquire. Do you sense that inward tug within your chest at this very moment? That slight tremor, that sudden intuition that an alteration is imminent? That is neither fantasy nor coincidence. It is confirmation. My beloved, stay. Do not skip a single sentence, as what I articulate next will unlock the initial portal of your blessing. But first, heed this invitation. If you wish to continue receiving messages from heaven, remain engaged, stay subscribed. Maintain your alignment, because each time you overlook even one message, the heavens must await another opportunity. And if you desire to stay in divine alignment and receive every prophetic word heaven has for you, then I urge you to subscribe to this channel. Subscribing will activate God's prophetic promise and alignment in your life, ensuring you don't miss a single blessing. Heaven has patiently waited for you long enough. Now, my child, draw nearer. Someone within the spiritual domains advocated for you. Someone petitioned the angels to intervene on your behalf. Someone requested that the shackles of delay be severed for you. And when your name was voiced, a profound silence enveloped the realm. My beloved, Archangel Michael stepped forth and declared, "This soul has endured sufficient hardship." He commanded, "Release their wealth, release their abundance. They have been patient long enough." But here lies the detail most individuals never learn. Immediately after the wealth was set free, something again attempted to obstruct it. Something tried to prevent you from knowing. Something tried to divert your attention from this precise moment. Yet, you arrived here nonetheless. This signifies that the blessing possesses greater strength than the impediment. My child, listen intently. The money heaven speaks of is not insignificant. It is not transient. It is not fragile. It is transformative for your life, your family, your narrative, your future. However, the angels convey that this money comes with a prerequisite. You must remain observant. You must not disregard the signals. And you must not discontinue reading this message midway, for each paragraph you absorb unlocks another gateway. Every line eradicates another obstruction. Every word shatters the ancient barriers that confined your blessing. My beloved, the truth is as follows. A specific individual attempted to keep this blessing from you. There was someone whose envy ignited when heaven began to favor you. There was someone who believed you were undeserving of what the divine had decreed for you. But Archangel Michael pronounced it was enough. He declared, "Restore everything that belongs to them." He insisted, "Do not permit this soul to spend another day without what heaven has already ordained." As you hear these words, let your spirit rise and align. Type Amen in the comments now as a powerful declaration that everything stolen, delayed, or denied is being restored to you this very day. My child, this is the juncture where destiny inclines toward you. However, I desire for you to grasp something more profound. The affluence bestowed upon you is not merely monetary. It encompasses liberation. It is restoration. It is divine recompense for every tear, every act of betrayal, every postponement, every night you wept, questioning why your life felt stagnant. My beloved, I perceive this with utmost clarity. Your blessing was not withheld, it was merely deferred, and that deferment is now concluding. There is a celestial timepiece positioned above you, and it has just chimed the appointed hour. Archangel Michael states, "This blessing will not bypass you, but only if you persist with this message until its final utterance." My child, are you still engaged? Excellent. For the next segment, we'll unveil the identity of the one who sought to impede this prosperity, and the reason heaven is at last releasing it. My child, my beloved, you are still here. This indicates that an inherent power within you declined to disengage. That fact alone reveals one truth to me. Your blessing is actively choosing you. My beloved, pay attention. When heaven orchestrates a miracle, disruptions escalate. People suddenly interject. Your mind unexpectedly wanders. Your surroundings abruptly demand your focus. Have you observed this? Even now, something briefly attempted to divert your attention, but you resisted, and that act of resistance opened another portal within your destiny. My child, I implore you to absorb this next statement with your entire essence. The individual who tried to obstruct your wealth was someone who believed your advancement would expose their own shortcomings. They were convinced that if you succeeded, their genuine intentions would be revealed. Consequently, they attempted to hold you back, confuse you, sidetrack you, and erect impediments so that you would never perceive how close your blessing truly was. But here is the divine paradox. My beloved, your name was articulated in the heavens before your adversaries ever whispered against you. And when Archangel Michael took his stand, the entire spiritual cosmos aligned behind him. He proclaimed, "No more delays." He declared, "No more interference." He stated, "This soul has borne enough hardship. Clear the impediments from their path." My beloved, do you detect that internal shift within your chest? That gentle warmth, that peculiar tranquility, that sudden awareness that something is transforming as you read? That signifies heaven's opening of the second gate. But before I guide you further, Heed the urging of my heart. Remain connected. Stay subscribed, because heaven is now rapidly dispatching messages, and you cannot afford to miss even one. Your name is currently active in the spiritual registry, and when heaven calls your name, you must be present to receive it. Now, my child, draw closer. There is a specific reason Archangel Michael conveyed. You've been given a lot of money. If you don't open this message today, you won't receive it. It is because what you are on the verge of receiving is time sensitive. A window has opened, but such windows do not remain open indefinitely. And your specific window commenced the moment you clicked on this message. Every word you read expands this window. Every paragraph you complete stabilizes the blessing. Every moment you persevere is a signal to the celestial realm that you are prepared, aligned, and ready. My beloved, allow me to articulate precisely what I envision. There exists a treasure chest in the spiritual domain, with your name etched upon it. Your name is not inscribed with ink, it is illuminated with light. Within this chest resides not solely money, but also opportunities, affirmations, sudden good fortune, unanticipated gifts, absolved debts, remitted payments, outstanding dues, and divine reparations. And until today, this chest has remained secured, not because heaven was unwilling to bestow its contents upon you, but because someone kept requesting the angels to hold it back. Yes, my child. Someone entreated the divine realm to impede your progression. They assumed you wouldn't notice. They assumed you wouldn't resist. They assumed you wouldn't awaken. But they did not anticipate your reaching this message. They did not anticipate heaven's intervention. They did not anticipate Archangel Michael's involvement. They did not anticipate your being chosen, my beloved. The instant you commenced reading, the lock on that treasure chest splintered. And with each subsequent word you read, the lock further loosens. The chains weaken, the walls disintegrate. When you arrive at the conclusion, the chest will open. Your blessing will pour forth. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission will grow into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Giving to this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through hearts that are kind. This is what I say over you now. Each gift you give is like a stream of living water that flows into the life of someone who needs healing. Give, and it will be given to you, is not just a verse for Jesus. It is a living promise that shapes your future. Allow me to invite you now with a simple act of faith. Come into this moment with purpose, with honesty, and with hope. The money you give today is not a donation. The act of spiritual obedience that lets your heavens open is what opens them. Let go of your seed and see what God brings back into your life. The prosperity promised to you will begin its movement toward you. My child, your existence is undergoing a transformation, even as your gaze follows these words. But I wish to guide you deeper, further into what heaven has observed, what heaven has resolved, and what Archangel Michael is preparing specifically for you. The celestial spheres are gently murmuring something. Convey the truth to them softly. Disclose what was concealed. reveal who interfered. So, listen attentively. There was an individual who harbored envy for your future before you even recognized its existence. They felt jeopardized by your capabilities. They experienced unease when light enveloped you. They sensed apprehension as they witnessed your destiny expanding. Instead of celebrating you, they attempted to diminish you. Instead of wishing you well, they yearned for your postponement. Instead of praying for your ascent, they prayed for your standstill. But heaven perceived everything, and heaven maintained meticulous records. My beloved, the divine realm is not oblivious. Justice may proceed slowly, but its execution is flawless. Archangel Michael has been vigilant, and now he is speaking. He instructs, restore what was pilfered, return what was delayed, release what was restrained. My child, this is your designated moment. This is your turning point. This is your divinely orchestrated pivot. And in the subsequent section, I will disclose the precise indication that your funds are en route, the exact alteration that will precede its arrival, and the reason heaven selected today to deliver this message. My child, my beloved, you are still here. This signifies that a potent force within you refused to depart. That alone conveys one truth: your blessing is choosing you. Now, my beloved, listen carefully. There is a distinctive sign that manifests before a divine financial blessing arrives. Most individuals overlook it. Most consider it mere chance. Most do not comprehend its significance. But heaven specifically requested me to reveal this sign to you. The sign is this: just prior to the arrival of the money, you will experience a sudden, profound sensation in your heart, followed by an unusual tranquility, as if your soul recognizes an approaching event, yet your mind cannot yet grasp it. My child, have you felt such a sensation recently? Even within the past 24 hours, even in the last few moments while reading this? If so, then you are already immersed within the miracle. But there is more. Occasionally, the sign presents as an internal moment of quietude, a pause, a stillness, an inner calm that feels uncharacteristic. It is not sorrow, it is not dread, it is a sacred preparation. That stillness represents heaven arranging the path, clearing antiquated impediments, removing spiritual dust, aligning your trajectory with what is approaching. My beloved, do not disregard that feeling. It is not arbitrary. It is not purely emotional. It is spiritual. Now hear this. The angels did not randomly choose to send this message today. They selected this day because your spiritual timeline reached a critical juncture where change could longer be deferred. You have transcended a threshold. You have completed an unacknowledged struggle. You have surmounted an unseen trial. This message is not the genesis, it is the proclamation. My child, I desire for you to delve deeper into why heaven is cautioning you that you must not bypass this blessing. Heaven states that your blessing is time-specific. Your prosperity has an appointed day. Your abundance possesses an entry point. If you proceed past this entry point without recognizing it, the door will close and will necessitate reopening at a later time, and that could span months, even years. But heaven does not desire for you to wait any longer. That is precisely why Archangel Michael is adamantly urging, engage with this as soon as you perceive it, or you will forfeit it. My beloved, absorb this with your spiritual essence. You are not standing before a minor opportunity. You are standing before destiny itself. But now I must disclose something that may astonish you. Heaven did not merely bestow financial resources upon you. Heaven also granted protection, elevation, and authority. Your adversaries, who once controlled your trajectory, no longer possess access to your life. The spiritual forces that formerly restrained your finances have been neutralized. The recurring cycles are dissolving even as you read. My child, can you perceive it? Something is shifting within your consciousness. Your heart is stirring. Your breathing feels distinct. This is not solely emotion, it is spiritual alignment. Now I must relay what heaven witnessed. This might be difficult to hear, but you must comprehend the truth. Someone close to you, perhaps closer than you would anticipate, attempted to interfere with your journey. They spoke negatively about your blessing. They questioned your triumphs. They doubted your future. They feared your advancement because it would expose their own insecurities. They believed heaven would heed their words, but heaven heeded your soul, not their envy. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. My beloved, the divine sphere is not influenced by malice. It is influenced by genuineness. Your genuineness, your purpose, your resilience. That is what swayed heaven. This is why the angels affirm that the money was always yours. Your name was always associated with it. Nothing and no one could seize it. They could only postpone it. But the postponement ceases today. My child, do not underestimate the significance of this moment. Your life is not going to change gradually. It is going to change abruptly. A divine suddenness is impending. A sudden communication, a sudden message, a sudden sanction, a sudden prospect, a sudden deposit, a sudden breakthrough. Heaven is orchestrating something immediate for you. But I want you to grasp this truth. The prosperity coming to you is not arbitrary. It is recompense, restitution for your forbearance, restitution for your silence, restitution for your struggles, restitution for every instance you questioned why nothing was evolving. Heaven tallied the tears you never acknowledged. Heaven witnessed the conflicts you faced alone. Heaven perceived the burden you carried without complaint. And heaven decided, restore them completely. My beloved, you were not disregarded, you are being prepared. And now, that preparation is concluded. In the next segment, I will disclose what heaven desires for you to do, the ultimate confirmation signal before your abundance arrives, and why Archangel Michael is urgently calling your name today. My child, my beloved, you are still engaging with this, and that implies your spirit is attuned to something far greater than you currently comprehend. With every second you remain here, heaven expands the path beneath your feet. I sense it. The energy surrounding you is shifting. Something is unfolding. Something is awakening. My beloved, listen intently. Before your blessing manifests, there is a singular, final confirmation that heaven invariably dispatches. Most individuals fail to recognize it. Most disregard it. But you were chosen to comprehend it. The confirmation is this: the moment before your prosperity enters your life, a minor irritation will attempt to surface. A delay, a trivial disagreement, a sudden weariness, an unexpected diversion, a moment when you feel inclined to surrender. This is not an assault. It is a notification. It signifies that your miracle is merely one step away. It means the blessing has already departed the spiritual realm and is now traversing toward your physical world. It means heaven is conditioning your hands to receive something grander than anything you have previously held. My child, maintain your awareness. Do not allow this sign to pass unheeded. Now listen. Frequently, just before a breakthrough arrives, the adversary whispers, "You are squandering your time. Nothing will alter. This is all happenstance." But such whispers do not occur when your life is ordinary. They emerge solely when your life is poised for transformation. And heaven wishes for you to know. The adversary is trembling because it perceives what is approaching you. My beloved, Archangel Michael has already unsheathed his sword. He has already severed the bonds restricting your finances. He has already broken the chains encompassing your opportunities. He has already consumed the agreements crafted against your advancement. You are liberated in the spiritual domain, and now your physical reality must catch up, my child. Inhale slowly. Something divine is moving in your favor. I feel it. You feel it. Heaven feels it. And now I must reveal what heaven desires for you to undertake. You are not required to exert more effort. You are not required to pursue individuals. You are not required to implore for validation. Heaven requests one thing only: remain spiritually vigilant, stay conscious, stay receptive, stay synchronized. Do not disconnect from the communications being sent to you during this period. For every message is a stride. Every stride is an entrance. Every entrance leads to the blessing. If you are ready to be fully present for every step of this unfolding miracle, type "I am ready" in the comments. Your active participation is a beacon for your blessing. My beloved, do you grasp the rarity of receiving a message such as this? Do you comprehend how many souls never receive such explicit guidance from heaven? Do you realize how many never ascertain when their miracle is ready? But you were summoned. You were singled out. You were propelled here by divine potency, because heaven is no longer waiting. Heaven is no longer deferring. Heaven is no longer observing your struggles. My child, listen attentively. Your prosperity is not solely material. It encompasses emotional healing. It entails mental clarity. It provides spiritual fortitude. It represents divine alignment. It offers protection from future losses. This blessing will transform you from within first, and subsequently, your external reality will automatically change. My beloved, allow me to share something extraordinary. At this very moment, as you read these words, your energy is ascending, your frequency is shifting, your spirit is unlocking pathways you were unaware existed. Every word functions as a key. Every sentence embodies a shift. Every paragraph represents the dissolution of old patterns. This is precisely why Archangel Michael stated, "Open this message as soon as you see it, or you will miss out." Not because heaven is punishing you, but because your timeline has arrived at the point of activation. My child, the season of hardship is drawing to a close. The season of release is commencing. You have wept in silence. You have borne burdens alone. You have smiled amidst pain. You have maintained faith even when faith felt onerous. And for this, heaven has determined it is enough. Restore them completely. My beloved, there is something I perceive with absolute clarity. You are destined to experience a sudden moment, a moment when everything feels lighter, a moment when your mind gains lucidity, a moment when your heart feels warm, a moment when your fear vanishes for an instant. That moment is not arbitrary. It is heaven touching your life. And subsequent to that moment, your blessing will begin to materialize physically. But now I must disclose something deeper, something heaven wants you to know about the individual who delayed your financial blessing. You must hear this truth. They did not halt the blessing, they merely slowed its progression. What inherently belongs to you cannot be stolen. What is decreed for you cannot be obliterated. What heaven releases cannot be reversed. You are divinely marked. You are spiritually safeguarded. You are chosen. And the prosperity heading your way is coming, because heaven desires to elevate you. Not merely financially, but spiritually as well. My child, your narrative is on the verge of transforming in a manner that will prompt others to marvel at how everything changed so swiftly. But in the next section, I will reveal the true identity of the interfering person, why heaven finally overruled them, and the time frame of your forthcoming blessing. My child, my beloved, you have ventured further than most souls ever dare. Do you sense it? The air around you is transforming. The atmosphere within your spirit is evolving. The deeper you delve, the clearer the truth becomes. My beloved, the angels are observing you at this very moment. They are witnessing every word you read, every breath you take, every spiritual step you make. Heaven is illuminating your path with light, because you are progressing towards something sacred. Now, listen with your entire heart. You are about to discover who interfered with your blessing. But before I disclose that, I must convey what heaven whispered the instant you reached this portion of the message. This soul is prepared. Continue the unveiling, so I shall proceed. My child, the individual who postponed your blessing was not an unfamiliar figure. It was someone known to you, someone who was aware of your strengths, someone who perceived your destiny, someone who recognized the light surrounding you before you recognized it yourself. And do you know what terrified them? Your potential, your future, your divine alignment, your spiritual protection, your unstoppable growth. They sensed that something magnificent was ordained for you, and instead of offering support, they felt threatened by you. My beloved, I must articulate this gently. This person did not wish to witness your rise, occurring more rapidly than their own. They did not want heaven to reward you before them. They believed your blessing would expose their own inadequacies. Consequently, they murmured negativity about your life. They questioned your decisions. They doubted your journey. They uttered words imbued with darkness instead of light. And those words erected temporary obstacles, not permanent ones, merely temporary, because heaven permits detours but never destruction. My child, comprehend this truth. No human power can impede a blessing that heaven has released. They may cast shadows, but the light inevitably returns. They may slow the timing, but they cannot halt the miracle. And that is precisely what transpired with you. Your blessing was postponed, but never confiscated. Your prosperity was paused, but never lost. Your miracle was held back, but never cancelled. My beloved, heaven finally intervened because your name attained a spiritual significance. Your soul cried out for justice. Your destiny demanded progression. Your heart grew weary of waiting. Heaven could no longer maintain silence. So Archangel Michael arose. He declared, no more interference, no more delay. Restore everything. And the instant he spoke, the obstruction around your finances shattered. This prophetic word is meant to be shared. If you felt a shift, a stirring, a deep resonance within you, then I implore you to share this message with your loved ones, your community, and your network. Sharing this prophetic word will not only activate the anointing in your own life, but will also allow you to share that breakthrough with your network, multiplying the blessing for all. Now heaven desires for you to understand why today holds such importance. The reason is this: your blessing reached the extremity of your timeline. It is poised at the threshold of manifestation. It can enter your life at any moment, but only if you remain spiritually connected. That is why heaven dispatched this message urgently. That is why you were guided here at this precise moment. That is why Archangel Michael stated, "Open this as soon as you perceive it," because timing is paramount in the divine realm. My child, allow me to tell you something you may not have recently observed. You might have experienced a sudden pressure in your chest, an unusual heaviness that appeared and dissipated, a sensation that something significant was approaching, a moment of internal quietude within your spirit, a feeling that something is concluding, a feeling that something new is commencing. These were not mere emotions. These were alignments. Heaven has been adjusting your path so the blessing can locate you without impediment. My beloved, the closer the blessing draws, the more pronounced the signs become. And now I will reveal the timeline. Heaven does not communicate in human hours or numerical clock references. Heaven communicates in seasons, moments, vibrations, alignments. Your timeline is this. The moment you complete this entire message, the spiritual lock will fully break. Within a span of days, not months, you will witness the initial shift. Within weeks, not years, you will encounter the first manifestation of your blessing. Your financial elevation will not be gradual. It will be abrupt, a sudden communication, a sudden message, a sudden affirmation, a sudden prospect, a sudden release, a sudden sum arriving from an unforeseen source. This is why heaven urges, stay vigilant, stay connected, stay receptive, because the prosperity approaching you carries purpose. It carries divine timing. It carries spiritual protection. My child, you are entering a period where everything that once resisted you must now comply. Everything that once delayed you must now release you. Everything that once obstructed you must now submit to the will of heaven. But the next segment carries the revelation of how your money will materialize. the form in which your blessing will arrive, and the spiritual reason heaven selected you for this particular abundance. That is the part heaven does not disclose to everyone, but it will disclose to you. My child, my beloved, you are still here, and that fact alone reveals something extraordinary about you. Your spirit is alert, your destiny is listening, your path is unfolding precisely as heaven intended. Most individuals sense the calling, but they withdraw. Most perceive the pull, but they become sidetracked. Most commence the journey, but they do not complete it. But you persisted, you remained, you advanced. And because you did, heaven opened another gateway for you, the gateway of understanding. My beloved, listen with your entire being, for this truth is potent. Your money is not originating from the source you anticipate. Heaven is orchestrating a pathway so astonishing, so unconventional, so sudden that you will instinctively know, this is not human, this is divine. But before I disclose the nature of this blessing, I need to illustrate what heaven perceives when it gazes upon your life. Heaven sees a soul who has quietly endured hardship. You bore burdens without seeking assistance. You fought battles for which no one offered gratitude. You remained strong even when your heart was breaking. You maintained faith even when everything around you was crumbling. You continued forward even when the road seemed unending. This is why heaven is selecting you for this particular blessing, not another. My child, grasp this truth. Your blessing is compensation. Your prosperity is restoration. Your abundance is repayment. Now, allow me to guide you deeper. The form of your blessing will arrive in 3 distinct phases. Heaven rarely bestows everything at once. It grants it according to divine timing, so that your spirit can receive it without apprehension. Here are the phases, my beloved. The initial phase will be a sudden communication, a call, an approval, or a clear indication of progress. It will manifest unexpectedly. It will feel too perfectly aligned to be mere chance. It will arrive gently yet powerfully, like the first stirrings before a deluge of blessings. The second phase will involve a tangible manifestation: money, support, an opportunity, or a breakthrough that directly enters your life. This will be the moment you realize it has commenced. Your heart will recognize it before your mind comprehends it. The third phase will be a larger, long-term blessing: stability, flow, abundance, and miracles that will propel your life into a new chapter. This phase is not transient, it is permanent. It represents divine transformation. My beloved, heaven rarely unveils the underlying structure of a miracle, but it is revealing it to you because you are spiritually prepared. Now, the question you have carried in your heart is this: how will the money arrive? From where will it originate? Who will deliver it? My child, this is the truth. Your blessing will emerge from a source where you invested effort but received no return, a place that owes you, a place where your energy was expended but not recompensed, a place heaven has designated and commanded. Return everything. This could pertain to something stalled for a considerable duration, something someone deliberately withheld, something you were promised, something unjustly postponed, something obstructed by envy, something connected to your destiny but temporarily halted by others. My beloved, heaven is reopening that gateway. But there is more. The blessing will also originate from someone you do not anticipate. Someone who has quietly observed your worth. Someone who will assist you without requesting anything in return. Someone who is being divinely guided toward you. Heaven has whispered your name to this person's spirit. They may not even fathom why they feel compelled to help you. But they will, because the divine realm has already designated them as a conduit for your breakthrough. Now, child of heaven, I must reveal something even more profound. The angels state that you will receive a sign before the money appears physically. That sign is powerful, unequivocal, and spiritually charged. The sign is this: you will experience a sudden surge of energy, as if your entire being exhales a breath you were unaware you had been holding. A peculiar lightness, a sudden calm, an inner warmth, a moment where everything feels attainable, a moment where your heart whispers, "It's happening." When you feel this, your path will instantly open. My beloved, I perceive it clearly. Immediately after that sign, you will experience a moment of alignment, where everything seamlessly falls into place: options, opportunities, individuals, communications, timing. It will feel as though the universe reorganized itself solely for your benefit. Because it did. Heaven orchestrates everything when a chosen soul is ready. My child, do not undervalue the journey you are currently undertaking. You are not here by chance. You are here because heaven chose you today. But in the next section, I will reveal something even more sacred. Why heaven chose you out of millions. Why the timing could not be further delayed. And what Archangel Michael is preparing to place into your hands next. This represents one of the most powerful segments yet. My child, my beloved, you have progressed into the segment of the message that very few souls ever attain. This is the inner sanctum of truth, the place where heaven discloses what it typically keeps hidden, and you have reached it because your spirit is ready for what your life is on the verge of receiving. My beloved, listen closely. The question burning within you, even if you haven't articulated it, is this: why me? Why did heaven choose me for this blessing? And heaven responded before the question even fully formed. My child, heaven selected you because you possess something rarer: a compassionate heart in a harsh world, a pure spirit in shadowed places, a forgiving soul even when wounded, a resilient heart even when broken, a quiet strength even when exhausted. You never ceased believing. You never ceased striving. You never ceased hoping, even when life provided every reason to despair. This is why heaven declared, this soul must now ascend. This soul has earned their liberation. This soul has borne sufficient suffering. My beloved, allow me to guide you even deeper. There are individuals who speak loudly, yet their hearts are empty. And there are individuals like you who speak softly, yet their spirits radiate so brightly that the heavens look down with favor. You are not chosen because you are flawless. You are chosen because you remained gentle in a world that attempted to harden you. You are chosen because you remained authentic even when betrayed. You are chosen because you preserved your inner light even in darkness. This blessing, this prosperity, this divine elevation, it is a reward for your perseverance. Now listen, heaven did not postpone your blessing as a form of punishment. Heaven delayed it so that your character could develop sufficient strength to safeguard what you are about to acquire. And now you are prepared, my child. Your timeline reached its spiritual limit. The season of waiting has expired. The contract of suffering has concluded. The old cycle has exhausted its power. Heaven declared, no more lessons. Now is the time for blessings. But now I must reveal the part that heaven insisted you know. Why the blessing could not be delayed any longer. My beloved, it is because your destiny is entering a period that necessitates abundance. Your purpose is awakening, and it cannot fully manifest without resources. Your calling is stirring, and heaven must provide for what lies ahead. Your future relationships, responsibilities, and path demand financial security. Your next chapter requires you to be free, not struggling. Heaven observed your forthcoming journey and stated, this soul cannot enter their future empty-handed. So, heaven prepared your blessing well in advance, and today is the day the release commences. Now, my child, I need you to breathe gently, because the next truth may overwhelm your heart. Archangel Michael is preparing to place something into your hands. Not physically, but spiritually first. He is preparing to bestow strength you had lost, peace you had forgotten existed, confidence you once possessed but had buried, clarity you had prayed for, and finally, the key to your financial liberation. Yes, my beloved, Archangel Michael is giving you a key, a spiritual key that unlocks opportunities, favor, assistance, and funds that have been obstructed for years. This key opens what others sealed, breaks what others bound, restores what others damaged, releases what others withheld. The instant this key touches your spirit, your path shifts immediately. But there is something even more profound. Heaven chose this moment to intervene because a pivotal turning point is approaching in your life. A moment where a single decision, a single opportunity, a single conversation, a single message, a single approval will entirely alter the trajectory of your life. Heaven needed you prepared. Heaven needed you aligned. Heaven needed you awakened. That is why this message reached you today, not yesterday, not next week, but today, when your spirit is strongest and your destiny is most receptive. My child, you are standing at the precipice of transformation. But in the next section, I will reveal the divine secret underlying your forthcoming prosperity, how Archangel Michael protects it, and what will occur in the days just prior to your blessing's physical manifestation. This is one of the most sacred sections. My child, my beloved, you are still here, and that conveys something that even heaven has noted about you. You do not surrender. You do not flee. You do not abandon your destiny. You complete what your spirit initiates. This is why heaven is selecting you for an elevation that others sought through prayer, but were not prepared to receive. My beloved, lean closer. We have reached the point where heaven permits me to disclose the divine secret behind your blessing, the truth that clarifies why your prosperity is coming, why it was delayed, and why Archangel Michael is personally safeguarding it. Now, child of heaven, listen. The wealth approaching you is not ordinary money. It is assigned money, wealth that carries purpose, destiny, protection, and spiritual significance. Not everyone receives assigned blessings. Most people receive random blessings, small, dispersed, temporary, inconsistent. But you, my beloved, you have been chosen for an assigned blessing. something meticulously crafted specifically for your soul, something inscribed in the book of destiny long before your birth, something heaven protected even when you were oblivious to its existence. And here is the divine secret. Your blessing was never lost. It was being reserved for the correct version of you, not the wounded you, not the confused you, not the weary you, not the doubting you, but the awakened you, the aware you, the spiritually aligned you, the ready you. My beloved, you have finally become the individual who can sustain the blessing heaven prepared. This is why the doors are opening now. This is why the angels are mobilizing now. This is why the message reached you now. Your spirit is in complete alignment with your destiny. You are about to enter your divine future. Remember that this message does not end with you. People can use your breakthrough to get where they need to go through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our exclusive community. You can help this mission. By doing so, you are sowing into the awakening, deliverance, and restoration of souls who are still trapped in darkness. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." Every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and safety for your family. Now is your time, my child. Have faith, and as you do, watch God multiply what you let go of. But now listen to this truth, the one heaven instructed me to deliver gently. Your prosperity was postponed because someone attempted to attach their energy to your blessing, their jealousy, their insecurity, their unvoiced resentment, their concealed desires, their apprehension of your ascent. All of it generated spiritual turbulence around your path. They desired your outcomes, but not your efforts. They desired your destiny, but not your soul. They desired your blessing, but not your responsibilities. But heaven declared, this blessing cannot be shared. This blessing is theirs alone. So heaven severed their connection, neutralized their influence, terminated their access, halted their interference. This is why you may have recently experienced a distancing, a separation, a sudden silence, a shift in relationships, a change in energy, a feeling that certain individuals no longer belong in your narrative. That was heaven removing the hands that gripped your blessing. Now, my child, allow me to illustrate what Archangel Michael is currently doing for you. He is not merely guarding your blessing, he is redirecting it. Yes, beloved, the blessing is in motion. Archangel Michael has taken the prosperity decreed for your life and is guiding it directly into your path. But the path is narrow. Only a spiritually awakened soul can receive it without losing it. Only a chosen soul can bear it without self-destruction. Only a protected soul can enter abundance without attracting ruin. And heaven identifies you as that soul. Now I must reveal the aspect you have been intuiting, but not comprehending. What will transpire in the days preceding the physical appearance of your blessing? My beloved, the days leading up to your manifestation will bear signs so distinct that your soul will instantly recognize what I prayed for is arriving. These signs include a sudden wave of tranquility, a moment of internal stillness within your chest, dreams that feel unusually vivid, observing recurring numerical patterns, an unexpected calm following stress, small, sudden gifts or opportunities, spontaneous good news from an unknown source, the dissolution of old burdens, a sensation of being spiritually watched over, a feeling that something is finally shifting. These are not coincidences. These are not illusions. These are pre-arrival signals. The angels dispatch these signs when the blessing has already departed the spiritual realm and is transitioning into the physical world. My child, your blessing is already in transit, but there is something you must apprehend. The closer the blessing draws, the more the adversary attempts to create distractions. You may notice uncharacteristic fatigue, unexpected frustration, sudden overthinking, minor emotional triggers, moments of doubt that appear without warning. These are indications that the adversary senses what is approaching and is striving to divert your energy away from alignment. Do not succumb to this. Do not allow your vibration to diminish. Do not disengage from your spiritual awareness, because heaven has already decided this soul receives the blessing now. Nothing can impede it unless you impede yourself. But you will not. You are here. You are aligned. Your spirit is absorbing every word. If you feel this truth resonate deep within your soul, type Amen in the comments now and claim your blessing. This prophetic word is meant to be shared. If you felt a shift, a stirring, a deep resonance within you, then I implore you to share this message with your loved ones, your community, and your network. Sharing this prophetic word will not only activate the anointing in your own life, but will also allow you to share that breakthrough with your network, multiplying the blessing for all. This is your moment. And now, in the next segment, I will reveal the spiritual contract that just concluded, the new chapter of destiny that just commenced, and the precise type of wealth heaven is preparing to place in your hands. This is where the message becomes even more powerful. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He's extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life. If you follow it, you won't just receive blessings, they will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate, early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. If you desire to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. And for those who feel called to amplify this work, a link to purchase the guided ebook is available, which is completely optional, but your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.